just to apply what you were saying to the year 2020, obviously we're living in a kind of crazy time right now,
Yeah.
with all the stuff happening with the coronavirus, and the recent Black Lives Matter movement protests. You know, communication seems like it's key right now. In order
More
to,
than ever.
yeah, more than ever, especially to, communicate your ideas with people who are on the other side of the aisle, who may not agree with you. I'm curious on your end, what do you think people can do to effectively communicate, and what have people been doing, which you've seen, which is effective in terms of communicating with the other side?
I guess on a political and activism level.
Political and activism level. Okay. Because I never saw myself as an activist. So I'm actually, trying to find my place in what this means, right? And how I can help and support. But when it comes to effectively communicating, I think it's about that empathy right now. Honestly, I think empathy is almost going to be at the core of how we're all communicating with people. It's not just saying, people are saying, if I say Black Lives Matter and someone says all lives matter, and we're not saying that they don't, right? It's thinking for a second and saying, yes, all lives matter, but what lives need the most attention right now, right? And it's having that empathetic ear and that empathetic sound when you speak, and not deflecting. I think a lot of times people want to deflect. And the all lives matter thing. That's a deflection of what is actually happening. The other side of us as African Americans, as Blacks, being empathetic to those who may not be of our color, who are trying to actually support this movement, and saying, I know that you might not understand what I'm going through, but I can recognize you as someone who wants to partner and help, right? And because sometimes I think, if they don't look like our color, they'll say, I'm not sure of their intentions, right? Valid thoughts, valid feelings. But I think it's us saying, hey, that person had nothing to do probably with the oppression that we're sitting in right now, right? Maybe here's the thing. I just watched a sermon of Pastor Mike Todd, and he even said, none of them are even alive, right? So none of them are even here to see all of this that's going on. So everyone that's here is just a product of learned behaviors, because those people are really even alive or here. So if we understand that and saying, hey, there are people who are these are learned behaviors. And if they can learn it, they can unlearn it too, right? So I think it's empathy on both sides that are needed at the core of how we communicate.
I think it's a great point. Now more than ever, empathy and just like you're talking about, this greater recognition and self-awareness is super important when we're communicating our ideas.